Now, the Fort Calata Foundation says it has no other choice other than to resume litigation, compelling the NPA to make a prosecutorial decision on the Cradock Four murders. It comes after National Director of Public Prosecutions, Shamila Batohi, failed to meet her own deadline on the commitment she made to the family's lawyers. The foundation says it will no longer wait until the remaining suspects take the details of what happened to their loved ones to their graves. Lukhanyo Calata, the son of one of the four victims, Fort Calata, joins me now for more on the way forward. A very good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. You must be left very disappointed after the NPA head failed to commit and meet a deadline for her own, written, she committed in writing to ensuring that this deadline is met, but she's failed to do so.
Paul, good morning. I'm sorry, I had forgotten that I was on mute today. Thank you so much for the opportunity, to get to talk to you about this matter. To say that we're disappointed is an understatement. We're actually outraged, really, really outraged by this, lack of care that's coming from the National Director of Public Prosecutions, Shamila Batohi. On two occasions had she confirmed with our lawyers that, and with the Deputy Judge President in Gauteng, Judge Obrile Dwaba, that, on come 2nd December, they are going to give us a decision on whether or not they're going to prosecute. So on that basis, we had then thought as the foundation and as the families, that we will try and work with the NPA. We will try and give them the space that they're asking for, knowing that come December, we're going to get a decision. Yesterday what happened was that her office did not reach out to us at all. Instead, it was our lawyers that had to reach out to them, because by then it was, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and we had to reach out and ask, hey, but what's happening? You guys were supposed to come back to us. Only then was there some kind of response to say, we may need more time. And I mean, come on. This is unprofessional behavior, and it's no wonder that office is in the mess that it is in today.
It's interesting that you speak about a mess. Of course, a lot of eyes and questions have been posed around the NPA's conduct and the manner in which it's pursuing or failing to pursue high-profile cases, even though there is enough to work on. What do you believe may be some of the reasons given, should the reasons be given eventually, as to why this deadline was not met?
Look, I mean, we have tried to work with the NPA even in this process. Just last week or earlier this week, our lawyers had to send a letter to the NPA because the state of the investigation, what they had given us to say this is what we've done, it's shocking actually. You can't believe that bodies such as the Directorate for Priority Crimes Investigations, or the Hawks, and the NPA do such shoddy work. When you get behind the scenes and you stop actually listening to what the ministers and the directors are saying, when you actually see the work that goes on within the NPA as well as with the Hawks, it is shoddy. It is shoddy. You and I that work as journalists, there's a level of accountability. When we do stuff or when we don't do something, people know that we didn't do our work. Our bosses, our editors know that we didn't do our work and we are held accountable. But it seems that the NPA and at the Hawks, there's no accountability. Earlier this month, last month, we held the Fort Calata Memorial Lecture in Cradock. We had the Justice Minister there, Ronald Lamula. He came and he was so persuasive in his arguments, even saying that, look, you guys just wait. Come December, you are going to get a decision from the National Director of Public Prosecutions. So we were living in hope. But I tell you now that the actions over this last few months is just shocking, and it's just shoddy work. People do not care. People don't They don't care about doing their jobs. They don't understand that South Africa is what it is today because people died for us. And those murderers that killed those people continue to walk freely among us today. And unless we have justice for my father and many other martyrs of this country, we're never going to rest.
And now you've essentially been left with no option but to pursue litigation.
Yeah, we don't have a choice. Because, you see, we had tried to accommodate the NPA. We had tried to be friendly to them. We had tried to say, okay, if this is what you are putting forward, okay, we can listen. We can, we'll try and be accommodating to your needs. But now they've ignored their own deadline. Remember, this is something that they've put before the deputy judge president in Gauteng. So it shows that they don't care. They don't even care about what they've said to a judge in case management meetings. So now we have to go to court. We have to get a court to declare or to give us an order so that the NPA knows that they are working under the court, the orders of a court. Should they then miss those deadlines as put by the court, then they can be held in contempt of court. Then people should go to jail, just as former President Jacob Zuma was held in contempt and he went to jail. Because how else are we going to get any kind of credibility, of accountability, of people actually doing their jobs if we don't take this step? Otherwise, we'll never see justice for the Cradock Four, and we can't allow that.
Absolutely. Very well. Thank you so much for your time. All the best to you, Lukhanyo Calata, the spokesperson of the Fort Calata Foundation, saying that there's been left no choice but to now resume litigation, compelling the NPA.